Welcome back to episode 4 of the Property Podcast here in Parksville, Qualicum Beach. My name is David Pyle and I'm a local realtor with Royal LePage.
Yes, and I'm Kirk Walper, also with Royal LePage.
And this podcast is brought to you by nobody because we haven't got any sponsors
No
yet.
sponsors yet.
No sponsors.
So if you're looking for to increase your revenue, then sponsor us.
We could just do silly reads.
Yeah.
Yeah, just spend half the podcast reading ads.
Yeah.
Or halfway through. I hate that.
Oh, where it stops and then there's an ad.
Yeah, they just slip it in there halfway through.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that here.
No ads.
So David, what have you been up to?
I've been running a lot. This
like running?
Run, yeah.
Physically running or just like running around?
I've been running around after clients,
Yeah.
so I thought I might as well extend that. And I've been running for probably close to 10 years, on and off. And we just signed up for the half marathon, the Victoria half marathon in October. So we're just getting back into
half marathon.
Yeah, so that'd be fun. We've done one before together, my wife and I. So we've done one before. We haven't done one for a few years, so we signed up for this one.
Do you enjoy running?
I do enjoy running. I'm like up at 6 a.m. and go for a 10K runner, but
10K. Yeah, that's just a nice run.
Yeah, 10K is a nice fitness level to keep, but then going up to the half marathon, it's like you have to just ramp up a little bit, but it's not too.
Yeah,
yeah.
You can do 10, you can do 20 if you need to.
If you need to, yeah, exactly. I try to keep 10K.
So how long have you been running?
It's actually a guy I used to work with, because when I back in my previous career to real estate, I wasn't a big fat guy, but I wasn't a runner by any stretch of imagination. And there's a guy in my office called Mac, and he was doing an Ironman, and he bet me that he could beat me by a full 30 minutes on a triathlon, and it was a case of beer over it.
Okay.
So then I ended up like training, like swimming and running, cycling, and he did beat me, but he beat me by like 16 minutes, so he had to buy me a beer. But that got me into the bug. So thank you, Mac, for making me not be an old fat guy.
So your first thing you did was a triathlon? Really?
A sprint triathlon, which is like, it's a 5K cycle, half a kilometer swim, or a kilometer is 20 lengths. So yeah, that's half a kilometer swim, 20K cycle, 5K run.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
Oh my God, that was like 2014.
Oh, okay.
And then I carried on running and swimming since then. He got me the swimming bug too.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, regular athlete over here.
No, not really.
No.
No, you see me swimming, it's like I'm not drowning while moving. Okay. It's like, I'm not, but I enjoy it. That's the main thing.
Right on. Well, that's cool. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm. How about you? What have you been up to?
I haven't ran for a long time, and then yesterday I went for a run.
Yeah?
Yeah, like 6.5K.
Nice.
I'll probably feel it in a couple days, but I was surprised. At first, I was like, I didn't think I'd be able to go like 1 kilometer, but
yeah.
Anyways, once I got going,
yeah, that first kilometer is always like, what am I here?
I did a half marathon back in 2010.
Uh-huh.
And after I was done that, just felt like I was done with running. I didn't need to do it. So anyways, that lasted for about 14 years, but back at it. So we'll see how long this stint lasts. But
it's good.
Yeah, it feels good right now. I got those new shoes, the Hokas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're like running on a cloud.
Nice.
They're very squishy and soft. So
I just got some new trail running shoes. I've been running through the woods a lot lately, but yeah, it's been fun.
What brand do you run?
I forget what it was. I drove down to Victoria to get them too, and I can't remember. Yep, gone.
Okay. All right. Not a big deal. All right. So let's shift gears. Let's get into the real estate side of things. And I think like with the market the way that it is right now, and it's changed, there's a lot of client anxiety and clients have concerns. Like, for example, right now, like when you're working with a seller, people still have, because of the market we came through, everything was selling quickly. There wasn't really anything that didn't sell. But now we've been at least a year and a half since that market has shifted. And sellers, do you get phone calls from sellers, or sellers are getting anxious? Their home's been on the market for a few days without an offer. They're wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
Or even after a few weeks right now, because I think average days on market's pushing 40 days on market for a lot of price points.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle just settling a client down?
It's just managing expectations. Managing expectations is the biggest thing, and trying to tell them that we're not in the market where things are taking a little longer to sell, and just reassurance, really. I think for the most part, and try not to panic. I always tell them, I'm always at the end of the phone. If you were to call me, like always, just
Yeah.
I'm always available day and night. But I think it is just a lot of reassurance that there's nothing wrong with their home. That we've priced it correctly, and it's just waiting for that right buyer, which is typically what it was. But it's coming out of that crazy market, like you said.
Well, price is very important right now, but it's even sometimes you're at the right price, and it still just takes a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
I had a scenario recently where I have a seller, and it's been a couple of weeks that the property's been on the market, and her neighbor keeps talking to her, wondering why her house hasn't sold, acting like there must be something wrong.
Yeah.
And so it's been very challenging because the seller has reached out to me, wondering like what's going on, why hasn't it sold, why is my neighbor so concerned, like have we missed the mark and all of this, and we're getting good interest and feedback. Well, we haven't had an offer yet, but again, it's not way out of line, but it's difficult because you get other people have opinions, or sometimes it's neighbors, sometimes it's family.
Or a family member who used to be in real estate.
Oh, yeah.
My dad was in real estate in 1987, and he says,
yeah.
Sorry, I love those opinions.
Yeah. We all do. Yeah. So, but it is right now, I think, and especially in it being summertime as well, because when you get to the end of June around Canada Day, and then for the week after that, it's just a little bit slower. People are out, they're at the lake or at the beach or doing things with their families. So there's a period of time there where there's a bit of a lull. And
it's a lull anyway. You have the spring market, and then you have the summer, everyone's on vacation, and then the second half in the fall, like come September when everyone's back at school, things ramp up again. So I've got some sellers who are waiting until September to list because they know it is a little slower over the summer anyway. There's still things happening, but I think price is the biggest thing right now. I have a seller who calls me every week like, should we just drop the price again?
Right.
And I'm like, let's just wait. You don't have to be that reactive. It's just been a week since the last one, and it depends on people's motivation to sell and why they have to go, right? I mean, people always have to move for whatever reason.
And not all sellers are motivated by price too, and I think that's one of the things as a realtor, and the realtors take, they sometimes take that too serious. I don't, serious is the wrong word, but the agent wants to get them as much as possible, and sometimes the seller is just sitting there saying, I just want to get sold. Like if I take a little bit less, it's not going to change my life. And so being able to really identify the seller's needs and concerns. And
I had a seller ask me recently to stop sending them feedback. Like the feedback that was coming, they didn't like the feedback that was coming, so they just asked me to stop sending it.
Better if we just don't hear it.
Can I just don't send me that? Okay. I was a little taken aback.
Interesting.
Yeah, most people want feedback.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Okay, yeah.
I did have someone come into an open house. A neighbor came into an open house that I was hosting and demanded why the house hadn't sold yet because it was making it look bad for the street.
For the neighborhood. Yeah.
And I thought they were joking, but they were like deadpan, look at me like, why hasn't this sold yet? And I was
like it's your fault.
Like it was my fault.
Yeah,
I took it personally.
Crazy. Well, you should. Okay. So when it comes to Parksville, Qualicum Beach area, and we have a lot of retirees moving here, and I find a lot of people are looking for similar features in a home.
Yep.
So for you, when you think about the perfect home in the Parksville, Qualicum Beach area, what does that mean to you? What kind of features does that home have?
Okay, perfect home. Rancher, obviously.
Okay.
Got to be a rancher.
So no stairs.
No stairs.
Okay.
3 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Right? Because 2 is like, it's one and an office. And if they have guests, then, that office could be, have a Murphy bed. It becomes interesting. 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, hopefully an ensuite.
Yes.
And above 1,500 square foot.
Right.
And under $1 million.
Okay.
I sell those all day.
Yeah.
If listings, if you've got one of those to sell, call me or Kirk, but preferably me.
Yeah.
We'll split it.
Yeah. Okay.
But that rancher, 1,500 square foot, 3 bed, 2 bath, in nice shape. If it's like built sort of from 1990 on, hopefully in 1990 it's been updated in the last sort of 10 years, then that's kind of the sweet spot for the area. A lot of people are looking for that. And then a step on from that is the patio homes, but that's a different story. But I don't know. You agree with that? What are your thoughts?
I do. One thing I've noticed just recently this year a little bit is for that type of product, a couple of years ago when the market was heated, everybody wanted the newer, shiny. It had to have the quartz counter, had to have the updated kitchen, and if it didn't, it was a problem. Like nobody wanted to buy it. But now, and maybe it's just the price sensitivity, people are okay with a home that's been well maintained and is in good condition if it still has that original oak kitchen, or even if it doesn't have the quartz counters. But so it's shifted. People are looking for value, and they're a little bit more price sensitive. But yeah, I agree. 2-car garage, crawl space, rancher, nice yard, but not too big.
Not too big, manageable.
We still want to be able to go out.
If you can mow your own grass in 20 minutes,
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. Can you imagine in 20 years' time when we're selling these houses and the white kitchens, the quartz countertops are going to be hated?
Yeah.
It's been like, oh my God, they haven't updated this. It's one of these new young realtors with face tattoos trying to sell these.
Yeah. I sometimes think is like, what if they put something in the white quartz counters that actually yellows over time?
Yeah.
Like it's only good for 5 years and then it starts to turn, like the oak cabinets would look one way when they were brand new and then from the light they turn yellow. What if the quartz countertops do that and everybody's going to have to rip them all out?
They'll find out they're carcinogenic and everyone's getting hand cancer from baking on quartz countertops.
Okay, so now garage. This is when we moved to the island and specifically the Parksville area. The one thing that I first noticed is driving down the street when people have their garage door up.
Yes.
It seems like everybody has their garage just full of stuff and nobody parks inside. So David, if you have a garage, are you one? Do you park in it, or is it? I do
because I'm when I was living in Alberta, I always parked inside because it was either going to hail or it was going to snow, or it was July. So it's only July you can park.
So even though you don't out here on the island, you don't need to park in the garage. You're still going to park.
I'm going to park in the garage, but if it's a double garage, really that's 1 car plus stuff. If you've got a triple, that's 2 cars plus stuff.
Yeah.
But really, and if you've got a single, it's just a storage unit at that point, unless you've got a smart car or something really tiny. But I do like to park in the garage. How about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely 100%. The garage is for the cars and the truck. Like I'm parking inside.
Yeah.
I need at least a 2-car, preferably with extra height.
Yeah.
To put storage shelving above, built-in cabinets. That's my ideal. But yeah, I'm parking in there. I don't care. So if I buy a house, it has to have a garage and it has to have room for my vehicles.
Now, I always tell my sellers, if they've got a garage, feel free, fill it with stuff. If you're selling your house, don't buy a storage unit. You fill the garage. It's forgivable. If you can't see the garage because it's full of boxes, are you still buying a house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, that's a very good point to make because for most people, just a 2-car garage is a 2-car garage. And if it's full of stuff when they look at the house, they don't care. But if all that stuff that's in the garage was in the house and making the house cluttered, it would have a big impact. So definitely worthwhile moving stuff out, store it in the garage, get it out of the way, and then people can see past that.
Exactly. Exactly. There's not a lot of big basements here to hide stuff in, really.
No.
There's nowhere to hide. That's why there's so many storage units.
We should get in the storage container business.
We should do, yeah.
So, we've got any plan? We've got, I'm golfing this week at the Royal LePage tournament. You were in.
I was in.
Opted out.
We're busy on Thursday now, so we can't go golfing, which, to be fair, no one was going to win if I was on the team anyways. So it's probably
I saw you golf last year.
So unfortunately, that'll be fun. Yeah. Golf will be fun. Golf's always fun. Yeah.
And then Sandcastle competition starts off this week.
Oh yes, that starts off. It's now, isn't it? Or are they judging right now?
Well, it's going on.
Yeah, it's going on. So that'll be fun. I always go and check that out.
Lots happening down at the beach.
Yeah. I like to go to the beach first thing in the morning when it's nice and quiet.
You just run down there on your 10K loop?
We actually parked at the beach this morning and ran because the tide was right out. So we ran all along the beach from Yambri. Really? Yeah, because that was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Change of scene. Change of scene.
And it's good out there. So you're like running on the sand?
Yeah, on the sand.
Or not on the rocks.
Not on the rocks. No. Well, yeah. You can if you go to quality. We went to Yambri and did the sand, and then we just did a couple laps up and down until we hit.
Right on.
Distance wise. Yeah,
okay. It's fun. Well, very good. Well, I think that's it for now.
Okay. Oh, we got to do our tea. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Proper tea.